Este episodio de Breaking Libre is brought to you by Fairground.
Guys, welcome back to Breaking Libre. I'm excited today. I'm your host, Diana Martinez, and today's special. And let me tell you why. We are recording here at the Q2 Stadium, home of the Austin FC. And of course, I want to say a huge thank you to the Austin FC family, and especially to our guest today, Trennis Jones. He is the VP of Community Impact at the Austin FC. Welcome to Breaking Libre.
Diana, thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
I'm super excited. I cannot even pretend that I'm not, because this is so special to me, Trennis. Tell me a little bit more about what you do at Austin FC.
Sure. So I get the honor and the privilege of serving as Vice President of Community Impact for Austin FC. My job really is to find ways to engage our community, to make sure that our club is staying connected to the community, and make sure that we're serving the people that are our fans, are our family.
I have a question for you. How did you start it? I mean, are you an athlete? What's your connection with the Austin community? What's your connection to soccer, to this amazing club?
Love it. Yeah. So number one, I'm Austin born and raised. And so I get the privilege of getting a chance to experience Austin and know Austin for my own. But born and raised is a place that's important to me. But certainly I've been the beneficiary of sport and knowing what I know sport can do for people individually, but also what it allows for us to connect, through our community. And so I played basketball growing up, and that was the sport that I played. But I still see the relationships, the connectivity, the service that sport can bring. And so getting a chance to be able to serve as in the role that I served with or on is an important thing, but certainly it's connected to the many blessings that I've gotten through sport and a lot of the people that have been able to impact my life in a positive way.
That's amazing. And I think the Austin FC has become part of the city's soul, right? And your title says everything. What does community impact look like for a professional sports club?
It means service. It means relationship. It is important to know that we are projecting and part of the community, but certainly we are not establishing anything that is new. This community, and certainly Austin in and of itself, is something that we're able to attach ourselves to, but certainly nothing that Austin is brand new to Austin. And so it's our job to make sure that we are using sport, using football, using soccer for better. Knowing that, yes, we want to score as many goals and stop as many goals as possible, but looking for ways to connect with our community organizations and community partners, but also our corporate partners. How can we figure out ways to both serve those that are connected to us on the professional level, and also connected to us in the community level, and making sure that we're hopefully serving as a conduit, so people could find ways to build bridges, but also do things together, right? It's not simply, do we put a logo next to one another, but are we actually making an impact? Are people actually connecting with one another? And is this place, this Q2, is Austin SC being used for good?
Exactly. For example, about youth programs, grassroots programs, what you can tell us about it?
Sure. Yeah. So we're lucky, certainly from our perspective, to where we've got a nonprofit internally called the 4ATX Foundation that does such amazing work in finding ways to love in on kids and making sure that we're using soccer for their own personal development. But certainly from my perspective and from my job is finding ways to serve with the community, elevating each group's identity to make sure that they know that they're part of the thread count, part of how all of this comes together. And so making sure that we're finding ways and engaging with people that do these things 100% of the time, right? There's so many nonprofits and leaders in our community that are doing great work. And so how are we connecting with them, amplifying the work that they're doing, and then finding ways for all of us to, do our part individually.
I love it. I guess you started as a young kid in sports, right? And you are born and raised in Austin. What changes have you seen in this sports community, and what do you think having an MLS team is so important for our city?
Yes, look, I've seen it grow. Obviously, it's crazy to me to be sitting in this place where, as a kid, this was just kind of random land, and now here we are sitting in this beautiful stadium, right? And so I've seen Austin develop. I've seen the ways that it's changed for the better and for the worse sometimes. Certainly this is amongst the better things that are happening, but knowing that oftentimes it's connected to growth, and that allows sometimes for people to not necessarily get to be part of the future. And so it's part of collaborating kind of old Austin and new Austin. And so can we be again the conduit that someone that has lived here for a long time can find value, can be prideful in Austin SC, but also someone that got here last year to know that this is the city's club. And so certainly having an MLS club, and certainly us being the only major sports franchise in Austin is a big deal to us. But certainly we want to make sure that we're not just focused in on what we've accomplished in the past, but what does tomorrow look like? Again, how are we, progressively making sure that we're getting better, and that, the city is stronger because we are here.
Absolutely. Austin is a diverse and evolving city. We all know that. We love that about Austin. How does Austin FC reflect that in its values, actions, marketing, the vibe? What can you say about that?
I think it starts with our logo, right? Looking at it, it looks like just a tree, but it's not simply just a tree. It is two oaks that are woven together, knowing that those two oaks are connected to one another, and they're built. Their stability of each other and the health of each other is based on the health of the other. But also there are 11 leaves that are on that tree, representing each of the players on the pitch at one time. And so certainly we view that in terms of the collaboration that our players seek to have on the pitch, and how success is to happen. But also, how do we look like, how do we extend that into the community? Knowing that, your identity, my identity is required for us to be separate leaves. We don't have to become, and we can't become anything different. We need to bring ourselves, authentically to a place, but also we're part of something that's larger. And so if we can have, older people, younger people, people in the middle understand that a lot of this is through collaboration, and the health of any of our communities is connected to collaboration. And that's an important part of what we do. Right. And so for us, making sure that that is an extension, it's not simply just a logo, but it's something that is thoughtful about, how are we engaging kids and letting them know that they need to bring themselves to a situation to make that situation better. You have a superpower, you have a unique thing that our community needs, and if you were turning that down, or you were losing that or turning into something else, then I think we're missing the blessing that you bring. And so, if a kid can understand that at a younger level, then maybe, when they get a little older, they understand it with a level of depth. And so then they can use their gift for good. And so it's our hope that that is kind of the big ethos of it. But at the same time, we know this sport is exciting, and it brings good energy and positivity and love. And if we're thoughtful about that, then I think we can leave the place better than we found it.
Oh, I love it. I love your philosophy. And also, I want to ask you about this season. How's the team doing? What's the general vibe between the coaches and directors and the players? Can you tell me something about that?
Absolutely. So we've had a lot of turnover in terms of coaching and some of the players on our team, and so that's a bit new still now. Finding out new relationships and new personalities to build upon. But the benefit in being a sport is that each year brings a new opportunity to be better, to get better, right? And knowing that all of our success is connected. Um, you know, Whether or not Brandon Vasquez can score a goal is directly connected to my ability to be able to serve in the community, and vice versa. And so if all of us kind of see all of our success being connected to one another, then I think collaboratively we could do more together, as opposed to just being an isolated thing. But we're still kind of building. Certainly, we're happy to have won a few matches here recently, but it's important to be sober about this is a very long season, and all of us need to make sure that we're building. And I know that our coach is building that team and in building collaboration and cohesiveness there to where we can make a run for the playoffs and have success there and make sure that we're maximizing whatever we're supposed to be, right? Like that's the goal. And so yeah, vibes are high right now. But we're gonna make sure that we stay solid and we build, as opposed to just being focused in on whether or not we let a goal in or scored a goal in the most recent match, right? That could be a bit of a sugar high. And so we can be thoughtful about how we're building, and certainly from the community standpoint, we can have success yesterday, but that doesn't guarantee that tomorrow is supposed to be successful too, right? So how do we use that energy for what tomorrow is supposed to be.
I love it. I ask you something before reporting about, do you ever stop being amazed by this?
You can't. You can't, right? Yes, it's normalized. I get the privilege of coming in here every day and figuring out ways to serve and figuring out ways to serve with the people that I serve with. But yeah, if this building turning green with smoke and with our supporter section, if that ever becomes boring to me, then I probably should find something else to do. And to this point, it is not. But yeah, the energy of the people, the way that this building turns on when these humans come in, they want to cheer for the Verde and Black. I don't think that there's a better experience in our city, and certainly I know that there's not a better experience in our league.
I agree. And when it comes to community impact, community connection, what's next for the club?
Well, I think number one, it's about building on the things that we've established, knowing that we seek to have a level of depth to what we do, not just doing more, but to having a level of thread count and better to what we do, right? So a big one of the things that we're focused in on, the three things that we're focused in on as a community standpoint, is number one, creativity, making sure that we're supporting those musicians, those artists, typically people that don't, those creatives that don't get the support that they need, but also those are the people that we claim coolness from, as the city of Austin, right? But making sure that, we're leaving our community better than we found it from a sustainability standpoint. And so we've got a platform called Evergreen that allows us to bring in community organizations, bring in our corporate partners, and making sure that that collaboration is actually leaving a lasting impact, as evidenced by this building being the only soccer-specific stadium in the world that has achieved this true certification, which allows waste diversion and waste that gets created through a match to find a better place than a landfill. And then certainly, last but not least, equity, making sure that we have limited resources, all of us do. We realize that there's disparity in the world that we live in. And so, amongst our limited resources, we're going to be really thoughtful about how those extend opportunities to those that historically had not been able to extend those opportunities or have those opportunities extended to them. And so just making sure that we are, proudly kind of saying these are the things that we find important. We know that our community finds them important. And so it's important for them to maybe experience or see us do it as opposed to talk about it.
Absolutely. I have a question from the audience, and it says, if someone's never been to a match or felt unsure about soccer, what's one reason they should give Austin FC a chance?
Oh, it's a great question. I would say, number one, I know that I've yet to see anyone lead here and say, well, that was a bad experience, number one. But I think we are blessed to have had every single match that we've had in here be a sellout. And so there's a vibe of having every single seat be filled by someone that is cheering and wants to see soccer. I think from a soccer standpoint, there's nothing better than seeing someone be able to control the ball with their feet in the ways that you could do with your hands, right? Like you could see the skills that all of our guys have, but also the way that they have to share the ball, the way that the ball needs to move, the way that they need to be aligned to have success. To know that how we stop a goal is not simply based on Brad Scuba getting in the way of the ball. It's connected to all of the defenders and all of the 10 other players that are on the pitch with him. And then whenever we do score a goal, it's not simply the majesty of someone being able to get one in, right? It's connected to whether or not people are spaced out properly, that they pass the ball properly. Can people be selfless in terms of what our success looks like? And so when you show here, just know that the humans, the building turns on when the people are here, but then there is a uniqueness to soccer, and how the beautiful game, as they call it, can be experienced. And so I don't feel like there's a lot of words that we have to say sometimes. Sometimes you have to let the thing speak for itself. So, show up and see what you think.
Oh, I love it. We're gonna be hosting the World Cup. Are you planning on going? What's your
I would love to. I mean, I think it's, most of the spots are going to be either Houston or Dallas. The 20,750 seats that are in here are beautiful, but, usually the World Cup requires at least 100 grand. And so we may not necessarily be large enough for that, but I think we are absolutely going to benefit from the energy of what soccer can bring, of what the world's game can bring to our community, and hopefully, some of our countrymen and countrywomen can better respect and better understand why the rest of the world loves this game the way that they do. And so, if that means that we can parlay that energy into a better way for us to serve the community, then I'm all for it. Looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too. I mean, I think it's gonna be great. The energy, as you said, it's gonna be a lot of people coming to the US to see the matches, and I'm super excited about it. Okay, now before we leave, I'm gonna ask you this or that Verde edition. It's a fun game. I'm gonna give you two experiences, and you're gonna choose one. Okay. Um, Match day at the Q2 or tailgating with fans.
Ooh, match day is better. Match day just gives you so much more. Tailgating is great, but I feel like our match days feel like a tailgate. And so you get a little bit of everything in that match day versus a tailgate can be great, but that's just a lead up to the main event. And, I like the main event.
I agree. I agree. Verde jersey or alternate kick.
Ooh, that's not fair. Um, let's see. It depends on the year. But I would say that our most recent kit I really appreciate. I like the historic kind of green and black that it brings. It's an attractive just two colors being connected are attractive. So I'll go with the primary kit versus the secondary kit. But we get a kit every single year, so that has an ability to change depending upon the design.
Exactly. I love that. Homegrown player or international star.
Oh, homegrown. Now I'm an Austinite through and through, so then I'll admit that I've got a bit of a bias. But yeah, when you've got a young man that's been able to be nurtured by his community and get a chance to show his skills in front of the people that know and love him, you can sign a player for lots of money, and that player can be really great, and we need those players also. But if we're not investing in the youth of our community right now, and I think we lose a bit of the connectivity there. And so, hopefully we stay connected. We must stay connected to the soccer community in our own city.
I love it. And actually, Austin SC has a great academy, the Austin SC Academy. So, of course, you are keeping an eye on the new talent and investing in new talent. I love that. Uh, First goal or last minute save?
Ooh, last minute save. Because if a last minute save, there's you got to finish the deal, right? Like sometimes you can score a little early, but then you got to finish the deal. And if you let a goal in late, to either lose a match or potentially have a match draw in ways that you should have won, those 3 points are important. And so I think closing the deal and it's because that's a little harder. That's when people are a little tired,
Exactly.
mentally and physically. And so being able to push through that is something that, as a former athlete, I was always proud of or I appreciated. And so when I see our guys do that and finish the deal, it's something I'm proud of.
Me too. Me too. I love it. As you said, going through that last couple of minutes and doing your best, even though you're tired, that's amazing. Game night under the lights or weekend match in the sun.
Game nights under the lights, the green smoke, the building turns greener when it's dark. And so that's what I appreciate. Sometimes the lights, as much as I appreciate that, it's not as green, and so it really gives us, I think, a home field advantage when an opposing team comes in here and realizes they're gonna have a few thousand people, 20,750 to be exact, cheering against them, and whenever they make a mistake and we get one past the goalie, it makes them a little sad, and I'm okay with that.
Trennis, thank you so much for joining us today. Anything else that you can say, you want to say to the audience, for anyone that haven't been to a match or those huge fans, something that you want to say?
We're just grateful to our fans. I mean, we're sitting obviously in this stadium and, in front of the South Side, and that's where our supporter section is, and that's the lifeblood of this building. That's how the blood building turns on. That's where La Murga and a lot of the chants come from, right? And so I am eternally grateful to the relational cheering that our soccer fans have, right? Like in America, oftentimes we have a transactional cheering. they cheer, but only after you do the thing. Like, I'll cheer, but I need the first down. I'll cheer, but I need a bucket. I'll cheer, but after you do the touchdown, like, do your part first, and then I will affirm your behavior. Soccer fandom is relentless. It is relational. It cheers if we're up or if we're down. And there's an energy there. There's a difference there that I think is unparalleled and unmatched by any other fandom. And so we're grateful to our fans, and we've got to continue to make sure that we're you know providing some substance in the community, but also some substance on the pitch. And so if we can achieve both of those, I think I like our chances.
Trennis, thank you so much. Trennis Jones, VP of Community Impact here at Austin FC Club. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us today, and thank you for sharing your incredible work.
Thank you as well, and I appreciate the platform. And then again, we're here to serve, and so let's make sure we stay connected and we can use soccer for better.
That's correct. Thank you so much, guys, and see you on the next episode of Breaking Libre, the only podcast in Austin that is reported on location. Thank you so much for having us today, Austin FC family, Trennis Jones, and see you next time.